Mark Wahlberg has lived the life of the fast lane, and he's got the cars to match. Welcome to Wahlberg's Garage, a dizzying $300 million automotive empire. From Lamborghinis and Rolls-Royces to a Toyota minivan and a Mercedes so exclusive it belongs in a museum. The actor's garage is a curated experience. So join us on this cruise through vehicle Valhalla. Number 1. 1999 Lamborghini Diablo VT Roadster. When you picture Mark Wahlberg's garage, you imagine a more modern fleet. And for the most part, it is. But lurking in the shadows is the crown jewel of its early petrolhead days, this beauty, a 1999 Lamborghini Diablo VT Roadster. This isn't just any ride. It's a neon-drenched V12 screaming monster on wheels, and oh boy, does it have stories to tell. Fun little tidbit, guys. Back in 2013's Pain and Gain, Wahlberg's character Daniel Lugo is actually shown tearing down the streets of Miami in this exact Diablo. Life imitating art, or the actor just wanted to flex his garage? You decide. In production from 1990 to 2001, the beast of a ride was the first Lambo to crack 200 miles per hour. Explains why it's the only true classic in the actor's collection. Wahlberg's Diablo didn't come in some safe silver or Ferrari red. Nope, he went full lilac purple with this guy, like it was meant to be in Prince's garage. Why blend when you can blind, I guess? The exterior of the Diablo is another iconic feature of the ride. The Italian automaker went with open headlamps here. The Diablo's fixed bug-eye lamps just glare like a bull. The Ted Starr's model actually had a removable roof, allowing him to feel one with the road whenever he wanted. And finally, those gull-wing doors to arrive in style. Swing these open, and you're transported back in time with the Diablo's cockpit. A time capsule of analog rage. Forget touchscreens and massaging seats on this baby. That doesn't mean it skips out on luxury too. From gear knob to bucket seats, it's all stitched in black leather, probably softer than Wahlberg's Ted co-star. The Diablo's interior is driver-focused chaos. Gauges, switches, and dials all angled toward the pilot like a fighter jet. And with how fast this devil on wheels goes, it might as well be. You don't drive this car, you negotiate with it. At its core lies a 5.2-liter V12 engine cranking out up to 529 horsepower and 446 pound-feet of torque. Translation, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, with a soundtrack like a storm tearing through a sheet metal factory. The VT in its name means vicious traction, referring to its all-wheel drive, an extremely rare feat for 90s supercars. Price tag for this beast, $287,500, roughly $500,000 today. And he's owned this Lambo for quite some time now. Here's a bonus tidbit. Diablo means devil in Spanish, quite apt for a ride that went like hell. But as much as Wahlberg loves this guy, it isn't the magnum opus of his collection. That honor goes to one special Mercedes. Want to know which one? Well, a few more supercars to go. Number 2. 2009 Bentley Azour T. Rumor has it that Marky Mark is a big fan of the Bentley brand. Aren't we all? His fondness for the brand led him to buy this guy, the 2008 Bentley Azour T, a limited edition 2.7-ton V8 guzzling Grand Tourer. He shelled out at a cool $334,900 to get the performance version of the standard model, and soon you'll understand why it was so worth it. This beauty isn't just another black Bentley turning heads in LA. The Azour T is a huge upgrade. For starters, it's quite exclusive. Production for the Azour T ran from just 2009 to 2011. In that time, only 155 were ever manufactured, and Wahlberg's got one. The Azour T, for all that luxury, still gives off muscle car vibes. We're talking flared wheel arches, a mesh grille, and 20-inch wheels. And not to mention, it's also convertible. Is there a pattern here? Yet another convertible in Wahlberg's garage. Inside the Azour T is where the real luxury comes into play. Slide past the suicide doors, and you're wrapped in a cabin that literally smells like wealth. Diamond quilted seats so buttery, they're making sleeping at the wheel sound like a viable option. Then there's all that wood. British craft at its finest. Piano black lacquer and burr walnut trim, hand sanded by only the best. Tech? Barely. You'll find no touchscreens here, just chrome toggles, analog dials, and of course, the steering wheel. This baby's also got the performance to match all that luxury. Under that black hood lurks a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V8 capable of roaring at 529 horsepower and 774 pound-feet of torque. Don't go expecting that Azour T to blow your mind speed-wise. This baby will go from standstill to 60 in a little over 5 seconds. Much slower than his Diablo, but who's racing when you're reclining in calfskin? Nevertheless, it still holds its own. It also has a top speed of 179 miles per hour. While the Azour T isn't Wahlberg's rarest ride, an honor that belongs to a certain yet-to-be-named Mercedes, It captures his vibe quite well. Luxury with a side of Boston grit. That makes total sense, right? And the unapologetic luxury doesn't end there. Number 3. Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe. Question: what ride screams luxury louder than a Rolls? Answer: none. So for a guy like Mark Wahlberg, who's definitely got a thing for luxurious rides, it was only a matter of time before Rolls-Royce sprang up. But here's the thing, Marky Mark didn't just go for any Rolls-Royce. He went for one that's actually been dubbed as the finest car on the road. Enter the 2014 Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe, a $481,000 British-engineered flex on 4 wheels, dripping with enough opulence to make Wahlberg proud. This beauty featured heavily in the London 2012 closing ceremony. The Autocar magazine praised its smoothlessness, quietude, and opulence. Take a look at this beauty. You think that's black? Nah. What you're looking at is diamond black metallic. And don't even bother asking what the difference is. Wahlberg's Drophead Coupe is also a convertible, the third of his collection so far. He's definitely got a thing for convertibles. The Rolls-Royce also features a bit of aerospace flair inspired by stealth jets. And finally, for dramatic exits, the British automaker went with suicide doors. Don't forget the V12 hood ornament on this thing, the retracting spirit of ecstasy, also known as the Flying Lady. She literally ducks when the Rolls-Royce is flying at 60 miles per hour to avoid messing up her hair. You think this guy's exterior is dramatic? Well, wait till you step inside. Inside, you're met with a cabin that pretty much feels like a private yacht. For starters, Hotspur red and black leather hand-stitched like a Seville row suit. Leather-lined boot trim? Check. Diamond quilted seats? Double check. Then there's the expensive wood paneling. Think burr walnut and piano black lacquer, because plastic is for Toyota Siennas. No offense. Finally, analog everything. No touchscreens here. Just chrome dials with incandescent orange tips. Even the clock is Swiss-made. The British automaker definitely didn't build this beauty to break speed records. Underneath the Drophead Coupe's hood is a 6.75-liter V12 engine pumping out 460 horsepower and 431 pound-feet of torque. Translation: a 0 to 60 acceleration time of 5.8 seconds. Top speed: an electronically limited 155 miles per hour, because Rolls-Royce assumes you definitely don't need to rush when you're in the sky. And we can all agree that they're right. But that doesn't mean Marky Mark doesn't have a need for speed, which takes us to number 4. 2012 Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. Do you believe in redemption arcs? Time for a little story. Back when Mark Wahlberg was younger, when he just started making some money as a rapper, he bought his first luxury ride, a Mercedes-Benz. And no, it's not the one we promised. Moving on, he couldn't afford to insure this Mercedes, which was, without a doubt, a huge problem in his not-so-pleasant neighborhood. As you'd expect, locals took pleasure in vandalizing the ride, including ripping its roof open and stealing the radio. Fast forward a couple of decades, and our guy would own his gull-wing 2-seater Mercedes designed in part by David Coulthard, a 2012 Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. Jeremy Clarkson once described it as the greatest car in the world. On point, or a mere exaggeration? You decide. Designed as a successor to the iconic Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing, this beast is all aggressive lines and head-turning theatrics. One of these head-turning theatrics is its gullwing doors that defy gravity. And plot twist: they come with no auto-close function, because sometimes manual effort can be cool too. Remember Wahlberg's Drophead Coupe's diamond black metallic finish? Yeah, this beauty had that first. That, coupled with its low-slung hood, gives this baby some major stealth fighter vibes. Take a look down, and there they are. Wheels of Fury. 20-inch forged aluminum rears wrapped in 295mm tires wide enough to double as parking benches. Inside the SLS AMG is a race car-inspired minimalist masterpiece, as you'd probably guess, with 0 touchscreens. Just analog gauges, aluminum toggles, and a Swiss-made clock. You also have these super comfy bucket seats, a flat-bottom steering wheel, and chrome dials glowing like Las Vegas slot machines. Then, the cherry on top is this mind-blowing interior. Carbon fiber everything. We're talking dashboard, center console, door sills, even the rear view mirror. Now, let's find out whether this guy is good enough to quench his thirst for speed. Sporting a 6.2-liter M159 V8, pumping out 563 horsepower and 469 pound-feet of torque, this baby will do a face-peeling 0 to 60 time of 3.8 seconds. Just that bit faster than Wahlberg's Diablo. Speed-wise though, it still falls behind the Lambo, clocking out at a top speed of 196 miles per hour. Yeah, all these are good. But what really sets the SLS AMG apart is its legacy. When production ended in 2014, this sleek beauty left as Mercedes' final naturally aspirated V8, now replaced by turbocharged efficiency. Marky Mark's Gullwing isn't just the perfect response to those guys who vandalized his ride years ago. It's a time capsule of an era when engines really breathed fire. Number 5. 2011 Porsche Panamera. So here's the thing. Mark Wahlberg is a father of 3, and while Gullwing, sporty Mercedes, and a Lambo are all very well, he knew he had to incorporate the luxury of speed with family requirements. That's where this beauty comes in. Enter his 2011 Porsche Panamera, the German four-door compromise. The Panamera isn't here to win beauty contests. It's here to haul up to 4 kids without sacrificing any of Porsche's street cred. And it does just that perfectly. With this ride, think of a Porsche 911 after a growth spurt. Porsche's purists didn't like the Panamera one bit, seeing it as too much of a compromise. Neither a family car nor a sports car. And that wasn't the only problem. The car has these somewhat controversial curves, with its roofline even being dubbed hunchbacked by Porsche loyalists. Mark, however, saw genius. Besides that, it excelled on the practicality front. It's got 4 doors, a trunk fit for a couple of hockey bags, and tires wide enough to survive LA potholes. All you need in a family car. Now, let's take a tour inside, where the German automaker still didn't skip out on luxury. Go in, and the Panamera reveals its secret weapon, a cabin that's 25% daycare on wheels and 75% luxury GT. Where do we start? For one, leather everything. The Panamera has diamond-stitched leather seats, brushed aluminum accents, and a driver-focused dashboard. It also has tech for your tiny humans. Rear seat entertainment? Check. Cup holders? Obviously, something his Diablo definitely lacks. And finally, a thick 3-spoke steering wheel, analog dials glowing blue, and that iconic Porsche ignition keyhole to the left. The Panamera's interior has something for everyone, driver and passenger alike, making it just the perfect family hauler. Don't let the school stickers on this guy fool you. The Porsche packs a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 capable of unleashing up to 348 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque. Its stats? A 0 to 60 time in 5 seconds, faster than his Drophead coupe, and a top speed of 169 miles per hour, also besting the Rolls. The Panamera also has adaptive air suspension to glide over speed bumps. Absolutely great for when you've got kids on board. While the Panamera drew a lot of hate from 911 loyalists, in the long run, it became Porsche's secret sales champion, even rivaling the Cayenne. I guess Wahlberg wasn't the only one who fancied the ride. Number 6. RollsRoyce Cullinan. You didn't expect someone who's got a thing for luxury rides to own a single Rolls-Royce, did ya? He loved the Drophead coupe so much that he just had to get another Rolls. This time, a RollsRoyce Cullinan. If you've never seen a Cullinan, here's one thing you just need to know. It's far from your average roller. We're talking about a supercar that was named after the largest gem quality diamond, which makes a lot of sense, as this ride is neither small nor subtle. Rolls-Royce's first ever venture into the SUV market, and it's a 2.7-ton beast with a price tag just as heavy, a mouth-watering $500,000. On the plus side though, Wahlberg has got himself a beautifully engineered, luxurious bad boy. Let's dissect every mind-blowing piece of the Cullinan, shall we? Well, for starters, Mark's Cullinan comes finished in navy and white, a stark contrast to what we're used to in his fleet. Nothing says Rolls-Royce like a dramatic exit, and that's why this baby comes with suicide doors, rear hinge for red carpet exits, and oh, don't forget the RR monogram. This little thing stays upright at all times. But there's just one teeny problem with this beauty's exterior. It kinda looks like a London taxi. Hey, but what do we know? Inside, you're greeted by a cabin that whispers luxury once you step in. We're talking diamond-quilted thrones, lamb's wool floor mats, and enough wood trim to build a boat. Take a look up, and there it is, this Starlight headliner. Up to 1,344 fiber optic stars for backseat daydreaming. Customizations? Oh, you bet. Wahlberg had DirecTV and retractable desks installed on this beauty. As usual, Rolls-Royce couldn't be less concerned about how fast this baby can go. But don't let that fool you. The Cullinan still packs a mean punch. Under that stately hood lies a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12 engine, churning out 563 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque, both more than the Drophead coupe. All that propels this masterpiece to an electronically limited top speed of 155 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 4.9 seconds. There's still more, by the way. Have you ever heard of Rolls-Royce's magic carpet suspension? Thanks to that little feature, the Cullinan can literally glide over potholes. Off-road? Not that this baby was made for that, but it'll totally climb a mountain. Fun fact, guys. Wahlberg debuted this beast at trainer Gunnar Peterson's Beverly Hills soiree, where it upstaged pretty much everyone. And that right there is what this baby was built for, showing up in style. Well guys, I think it's time for our grand finale. Every car collection has its magnum opus, that one ride sitting above all the others. Forget purple Lambos and Rolls Royces. Here is Mark Wahlberg's ultimate flex. Number 7. 2021 Mercedes-Benz AMG 1. Marky Mark might be all about driving in style rather than driving fast, but he's still got one last speed demon in his fleet to really help quench whatever need for speed he's got. Most dads hit 50, buy a minivan, or some classic. Mark Wahlberg, though, he dropped a cool $2.72 million on a Mercedes AMG 1, a hypercar so absurd and rare that they were all sold out before production even began. What you're looking at is a street-legal F1 car that idles at 1,280 RPM. In comparison, a Bugatti Veyron, one of the world's fastest production cars, idles at about 800 RPM. The AMG 1 looks like something from the future. Mercedes' first delivery of just 275 units manufactured rock black gloss with silver star patterns plus electric blue accents, a nod to their Formula 1 team. So it's quite likely Mark's version came in the same finish. The German automaker went with butterfly doors on this baby, pivoting skyward like a spaceship. For the AMG 1 to really take flight, its aerodynamics had to be next level, and it was. You've got front diffuser flaps that rise like Dracula's collar, a rear wing that adjusts mid-corner, and roof intakes funneling air into the engine. When this baby enters track mode, its suspension is then lowered by 37mm in front and 30mm at the rear, deploying the rear wing and its flaps, immediately transforming from a sophisticated German to a track-ready predator. But besides just the looks, these changes improve airflow, increase downforce, and allow the vehicle to achieve even higher speeds. Some pretty crazy engineering is in play. Slide past those butterfly doors and you immediately feel like Lewis Hamilton. For starters, the AMG 1 literally features an F1 steering wheel alongside LED rev bar flashing crimson at the top, DRS button poised for attack, and zero infotainment distractions, unless you count the 10-inch driver display. Wahlberg's throne adjusts to 25 or even 30 degrees because he definitely needs ergonomic support if he's going to be breaking the sound barrier. The interior is a minimalist's dream. You don't so much as get cup holders in this baby. Now, for the moment of truth. Performance. Under the aerodynamically obsessive body is one impressive hybrid powertrain. The AMG 1 boasts a 1.6-liter V6 hybrid petrol engine with electrically assisted single turbocharging, delivering a total of 1,063 horsepower, the outright most powerful vehicle in Wahlberg's garage. All that power means this beast will do 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds and reach a top speed of 218 miles per hour. The actor had to wait over 2 years before being able to take this guy out for a spin. Yeah, it was definitely worth the wait. And with that, fellow petrolheads, we've reached the end of today's Celebrity Garage Tour. Mark Wahlberg's fleet isn't just about speed. Each car tells a different story. Both his Mercedeses mock the vandals who absolutely wrecked his first Benz. The Rolls-Royces, a mic drop to everyone who doubted the kid from Boston. And the Porsche Panamera celebrates dad life without sacrificing swagger. What next chapter would he write?